like to welcome everyone to the City of Gardner Planning Commission meeting for September 24th, 2019. Now I'm going to call the meeting to order. If everyone would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll start with Commissioner roll call to our far right.
McNear, here.
Mater here.
Ford, here.
Bowden here.
Simmons Lee here.
Gardner here.
All right, we have a quorum of 6 tonight. First item is consent agenda. All matters listed within the consent agenda have been distributed to each member of the Planning Commission for study. These items are considered to be routine and will be enacted upon by one motion with no separate discussion. If separate discussion desired on an item from either the Planning Commission or from the floor, that item may be removed from the consent agenda and placed on the regular agenda. Does anyone have anything they need changed with the consent agenda this week, or this month, sorry?
Oh, good.
No? And I'll take a motion to approve the minutes as written for the meeting on August 27th, 2019.
So moved.
Seconded.
Motion by Commissioner Metter with a second by Commissioner Gardner. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any against? Motion passes 6-0. All right, regular agenda item number 1, Symphony Farms Amenities Area SP-19-04. Consider a site plan for the development of a private community pool for the Symphony Farms subdivision located at the northwest corner of Coe Creek Road and West 167th Street. City, Michelle.
Good evening, Commissioners. Michelle Leiniger, Principal Planner. Item before you tonight is a site plan for an amenities area for the Symphony Farms subdivision. The amenities area is located at the intersection, northwest corner of the intersection of Coe Creek Road and West 167th Street. So you can see to the north is the Symphony Farms subdivision, that's phase 1 and 2. You saw a phase that is starting north of the picture on the east-hand side of Coe Creek Road not too long ago, and that phase is moving forward right now. To the west of the subject property is just a single-family residence in the county. To the east is basically a stormwater detention pond, and then to the south is undeveloped farmland. Here is the site plan. You'll notice that, just to clarify some stuff here, your elevations that you've included have a clubhouse on it. That is future phases. We ran into a snag with the code and pulling some of these pieces together for an amenities area, and it was an unintended kind of hole in the code that we're going to try to address. So so far this site plan includes the pool and the pool house, mechanical room, and a set of bathrooms. And then in the near future, you will see a rezoning and preliminary development plan come through for this property in order to get some of the great details into this plan, like the clubhouse that you see in the elevations, a sport court, playground, some of those great amenities in there that couldn't quite work under just the standard zoning. So we're going to try to address that coming up here soon, and then we're going to address those things in the code so that something like this doesn't happen again, because we really want these kind of things with our neighborhoods. Just to highlight some things in the site plan, this is the existing barn. It's currently on site. It was the barn that was used for the property once upon a time. This has been well maintained. Here's a picture of it if you weren't out there. It's periodically used for gathering. That use will discontinue, but the barn will remain, as it is pretty iconic for the area and people know where the red barn is. That's kind of the theme of this amenity area, which I think is pretty neat. Some additional features, there is a new gravel access road. This will be specifically for fire access to get to the barn, or specifically this west side of the property. This is fire access only. This is a pool area. It's really organic shaped pool with some neat fountains and lower areas where you can sit. And then the pool house, which, as you saw with the elevations, carries on with the theme of the barn and the farm. Really kind of a neat theme to bring through for that. And then a little hammock garden area, which you saw one of these in with the amenities area for Conestoga. And of course, there's parking there. We have some sidewalks, and then the landscaping plan. You can see that there's a vast amount of landscaping provided on site. There are some conditions in there to move some of the street trees, but those are pretty basic. All the utilities are either running along the side on the east or stubbed in from the north, so all the utilities are available. What this site plan does is it allows for the pool to move forward before some of the other details are approved, and that way this process, the applicant can move forward with those details while we're catching up with some of the issues that we had. Staff finding, the project is consistent with the comprehensive plan. It's really an accessory use to the neighborhood. It's for the neighborhood. It's not a public park. It's for the those within the neighborhood that part of the HOA. So it's an accessory to the single family designation. Site is capable of accommodating the proposed buildings and site design elements. It's 2.5 acre site, plenty of room for the pool and some of the future amenities. The proposal uses quality architecture and building design and materials. As you saw with the elevations, really captures that theme with the barn and brings that throughout. And then quality materials, you have the shingles and the barn type siding and the stone on the outside. And of course, the proposal is compatible with the context of the area and the neighborhood. Staff does recommend approval of the site plan for the accessory neighborhood pool for Symphony Farms neighborhood with the conditions outlined in the recommended motion. This was something that there's more conditions than you would normally see. Because of that issue that we found with the code, there wasn't quite as much time for back and forth with revisions. So it was just to get some of these details into the conditions, and they're really pretty minor. Complete the administrative plat process to combine the two lots. The applicant has submitted that, and that's in the review process. Along with that, there's necessary to vacate some easements on the property. We're working with that too. There is still some clubhouse information on the site plan that just needs to be removed, and some of the details of the parking updated. Provide material for the proposed fence. We have great elevations and details of the fence. We just don't know what it's made out of, so that's an important detail. Identifying the existing tree types to be saved and counted towards meeting a requirement. There's a lot of existing trees and shrubs that the applicant is trying to save on site, so we want to make sure that we're getting those counted towards their requirement. We just need to know which ones are trees and which ones are shrubs, as clarified on the plan. Move the street trees along West 167th Street to the right-of-way outside the property line, minor change. Change the sidewalk from the driveway to the sidewalk in front of the parking to be 8 feet wide, and then the sidewalk from the public side, from the sidewalk in front of the parking to the pool to be 8 feet wide. That's your front access sidewalk. Add a note under the site information identifying the barn structure to be used for storage. The applicant has stated that's what they're going to use it for at this time. Provide south elevation for the bathroom structure. Provide a turnaround such as a hammerhead at the end of the proposed gravel access drive. The fire department would like some sort of turnaround facility at the end of that driveway. And then secure the gravel access drive in some way, whether it's with a chain or some sort of gate with fire department access, so that they are only having access and we don't get cars parked there. So the applicant is here if you did have any questions.
Thank you. The applicant like to speak?
I appreciate Michelle's,
Just state your
I'm
name
sorry.
and address, please.
Jim Humbert, 16302 Kill Creek Road.
Thank you.
I really appreciate Michelle's enthusiasm. This has been kind of a tough thing to get through our code process, but she has really thought this was a great project. I hope you do too. We want to bring something really nice to the community. So,
Thank you.
any questions?
We'll have a discussion time and then may I ask you some. All right, though this isn't a public hearing item, if anyone from the public would like to speak, if you could come to the podium and state your name and address. It's 3 minutes for individuals, 7 minutes for a group. You speak as a group. Seeing no one come forward, it's time for commissioner discussion. I'll start to my far right with Commissioner McNear.
Just wanted to say thanks for the presentation. This looks like an excellent project. No questions.
Commissioner Matter?
I don't have any questions. Looks great as well. So excited to see that piece of land finally coming to fruition. So good job.
Commissioner Ford?
No questions.
Commissioner Simmons-Lee?
No questions.
Commissioner Gardner?
One question, at least. Number 5, provide material for proposed fence. Shouldn't that specify in that the material is within or consistent with code? Because, I mean, theoretically, they could say it's made out of paper mache, and they've met the requirement that we've requested, but does that meet code?
Sure, you can amend it. It's assumed.
Okay. That was it.
Council, would that need to be amended in your opinion?
I mean, if it's assumed in there with all the parties and with the applicant, it's probably okay, but I don't see it harmed going ahead and amending it and having it say with code. I don't know if the applicant has any.
Wouldn't it be part of the permit process? We'd have to define it for the permit process.
Yeah. Okay. Either way.
Okay.
Just wanted to make sure, because it just sounded kind of weird to me. Sorry.
Okay. Did you have anything for it?
No, that was it.
Sure.
I've got other things, but not pertinent to this.
Okay. All right, any further discussion? All right, I'll accept the motion.
After review of application SP-19-04, a site plan for the northwest corner of Kill Creek Road and West 167th Street. Tax IDs Charlie Papa 84410000001 and Charlie Papa 84410000002 and site plan dated September 19th, 2019 and staff report dated September 24th, 2019. The Planning Commission approves the application as proposed, provided the following conditions are met. Number 1, complete the administrative plat process to combine the two lots. Number 2, vacate the utility easements along the north line of Lot 2 and the diagonal easement in Lot 1. Number 3, remove the clubhouse information in the site information. Number 4, update the parking calculations. Number 5, provide material for the proposed fence. Number 6, identify the existing tree types to be saved and counted towards meeting a requirement. Number 7, move street trees along West 167th Street to the right-of-way outside the property line. Number 8, change the sidewalk from the driveway to the sidewalk in front of the parking to be 8 feet wide. Number 9, change the sidewalk from the sidewalk in front of the parking to the pool to be 8 feet wide. Number 10, add a note under the site information identifying the barn structure to be used for storage. Number 11, provide a south elevation for the bathroom structure. Number 12, provide a turnaround such as a hammerhead on the end of the proposed gravel access road, which is to be secured in some way for fire access only.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion from Commissioner Gardner and a second from Commissioner McNear. Any further discussion on the motion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any against? Motion passes 6-0. And we're done with regular agenda. One thing I want to let the commissioners know is that I did ask for a discussion item to be added to the next agenda. Basically, seeing if there's anything that we as a commission would like to have the city planners look at when it comes to changing any code, anything that we've been a part of over the past that we see as something that we'd like to be brought forward and looked at. So I've asked for that to be on the next agenda. So, all right, with that being said, if no one has anything further, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion
second.
by Commissioner Gardenhire, second by Commissioner McNear. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any against? We are adjourned 6-0.